Welcome to Ignorance Unleashed with your host Salvatore Cavalieri. In just 10 minutes, enjoy no-nonsense insights with a dash of humor and absurdity. Approved by his psychiatrist and wife because they agree he needs this outlet.
Hey. So today we're going to talk about um, owners, landlords that they decide to sell. Okay. And that's okay. That's fine. Now, we have different kinds of assets, in terms of real estate. You have multifamilies. You can have a small multifamily, 2 units with 10 different tenants, or big multifamilies like the one back there, 21, 38 units, I think it was. Anyway, then you have commercial. Then you have a house, a residential house. You have a townhouse. Okay. You have an apartment. All of them are not the same, really. Okay. There are techniques that may apply to one that may not apply to another. It's very different to sell a single family home, okay, with a tenant, than a multifamily or a small duplex with 2 units with tenants inside. Very different. Very different. Now, I think in the United States, there are about $2 million registered or licensed agents. I don't know what the number is nowadays. That was the last time I checked, about a year ago or something like that. Okay, so I don't know. But I know the numbers have been going down because it's becoming tougher and tougher to be a skilled agent. Skilled agent needs to be trained, needs to have a lot of experience, and needs to be in the trenches learning, And the sad part of the industry is a lot of the agents, they do whatever they can, whatever they falls on top of them, so they can survive. Because I think the average agent doesn't make more than $40,000 per year. And most of the agents really are not professional into the industry. I think about the statistic, it is that only 5% of the agents are truly professional, meaning that they invest money into their business to improve their skills and whatever they are. And many of them specialize in certain things, so they become really good at that thing, rather than most agents that they're trying to survive doing rentals, doing badly management, doing the sales, doing the listings, doing whatever they can so they can pay the bills. Okay. Also, another sad part of the industry is a lot of agents become agents because it's a fallback. For years they were working on something that closed down, or they laid him off, and they became real estate agents because they thought, this money easy. It's not easy to make money in real estate as an agent. It's not, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, so it's a fallback. So the number of agents that really take this as a profession and live out of this profession night and day, 365 days in the year are few. That is so important that when a person is trying to sell something, that you partner up with the right person, with the right agent, with the right knowledge. Because if you don't, you're going to be spinning your wheels and getting in traffic. Here, this is live, so you saw that. My son picking up the doggy that I was here. So you need to partner up with someone who really knows. For example, if you're going to sell a multifamily, a big one like the ones back there, you need someone that knows what to do with. He or she needs to know who are the tenants, what are the rent rolls, what's the situation there, are they on time, they're not on time, they're doing this. He or she has to know what's going on in there. The same thing with a small duplex, okay? You have tenants in there. So I had a situation where I had one investor that all of a sudden he decided to sell the duplex. He didn't consult me. He listed with an agent that I checked her records and she has no experience. Nothing she has sold ever. So based on the years that I have in the business and the white hair that I have here, each one of those are experiences that I gain. Typically, a seller does kind of a favor, does a favor to someone to list their property. And you ask them, hey, why are you listing with someone? It says, well, I know him for years. It was recommended for a friend of mine. It's a relative of mine who has the license. So you're doing a favor to someone else. If you're doing a favor to someone else to sell your property, you're doing a disfavor to you, and you are going to get in trouble. And you deserve to get in trouble. Okay? So with that said, I've been managing this property for years, always rented. He had some solid tenants, and he decided to sell the property to go into another business that I don't really understand what he's doing. Anyway, I don't care either. And this particular agent has not sold any multifamily. Actually, she has not sold any houses whatsoever. I told the seller that they should hire the person that knows well about selling multifamily. Okay? Now listen. So most likely he's doing some kind of favor or getting some kind of favor to someone. Okay? I don't understand. Well, now she's complaining that the tenants are not clean inside. But you know what? Why they should be clean inside. You may not like it, how a tenant lives, or your concept of cleanliness. My concept of cleanliness may be very different than yours. But the tenant rented the property and is going to be comfortable in there, and maybe he has his socks, his underwear, all like that. Why do they have to clean for you, listing agent now, that wants to sell? They don't give a shit about you. They just don't. Actually, the listing agent is intruding into their lives. And actually, the tenant is doing them a favor to show the property. They don't have to. They really don't have to. That is why, in order to sell an investment property, it has to be sold by the person that knows really well what's going on, because there's some politics involved. If the manager knows the tenants, he knows everything. He can work out better for the seller. So now they're complaining that they're not keeping it clean and this and that, etc., etc. And I said, hey, look, that's not my job. Your job is to show it, and your job it is to talk to them and see if they can clean up better. Unless the property inside is destroyed, they can hang their underwear on the ceiling and look at it and see all the stains from the underwear if you want to. Really, that's the way it is. Besides that, an experienced investor buyer, the one that is going to go to the listing with intentions of buying the property, knows that tenants live whatever way. You have some people that are very clean, maybe even cleaner than the same seller. But no, some of them are like that. So they pass that. They pass that barrier of picking up their toys around, there is stuff laying around, stuff like that. So they pass all that, because what they're looking for is the numbers. So a listing agent that has a skill needs to concentrate on the numbers that this property has. Vacancy rate has been vacant. If it's not, has not been vacant for how long? What kind of numbers? What is the rent? What are the leases? What kind of leases do we have? All those important things that you need to crunch the numbers. Besides that, a buyer for an investment property is very rare, extremely rare, that's going to live in one of the sites. It's not common. So the skills of the listing agent, it is to have a good relationship with the tenants, organize the showings, and then make sure it goes well. And on top of that, this person is trying to sell the duplex like if you're selling a home. When you sell a home, it's different. Yes, it has to be all nice and beautiful and this and that. This is a rental. What calls the shots are the numbers. And on top of that, this agent, what she's doing, instead of showing the property herself, no, she just listed it in the MLS, and other agents are showing it, so she doesn't show her listing to the would-be buyer and the agent represented the would-be buyer. So don't be a lazy bastard agent. That's why a lot of agents have bad reputation, because they just don't do what they're supposed to. If you're selling an investment property, an income-generating property, Okay, and you know that the tenants are nasty, but they pay the rent and don't create any other problems. Move your butt. Just move your damn butt, get in the car, okay, drove to the property and show the property yourself, okay? And go there 1 hour earlier so you make sure if they have the dirty underwear on the floor to fucking pick it up, okay, and do something else. And show the property. Okay? Show it. Don't let others show it because they're going to pick up on that stuff and they're going to do it on purpose. They will be there just to make a big fuss of it so they can trying to lower the price. Okay? Don't fall into the trap, agents. So show your listing, move your butt, have a relationship with the tenant and work with them. It's not a job of the manager anymore. It's you, the listing agent. Okay? So do your job. Thank you.